Quarter 2 of 2024 is coming to an end, and I thought we would get better games this quarter than we got in quarter 1. Boy, was I a fool. But I'm going to start with all the games we've got from April all the way to June. So let's start off with April. Now to start off quarter 2, we got a game in April, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what day it was, and I don't even know if it was in the month of April itself, but we had Jujutsu Shenanigans. Now, if this game didn't release in April, it was definitely the last week in March, but it wasn't in my last video, so guess what? It's gonna be in this one. But even though Jujutsu Shenanigans is a Battlegrounds game, I'm not gonna lie, it's been one of my most favorite games that we got in this quarter, and I know we're not in quarter 1 anymore, but I liked it more than any game we got in quarter 1 too. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Now it does get repetitive because, duh, it's a Battlegrounds game, but it's the only Battlegrounds game I had fun playing alone and playing with my friends. If you haven't tried it out yet, I'm not gonna lie, you might just be missing out. Even if you don't like Battlegrounds games, this one is pretty fun, and that's coming from someone who didn't really like Battlegrounds games, but I played this and I rock with Jujutsu Shenanigans. Now next up on April 12th, we got another Battlegrounds game named Ultimate Battlegrounds. Now listen, this game is the closest combat to the strongest Battlegrounds, and if y'all watch me, y'all know I don't exactly hate the strongest Battlegrounds, I just hate all the games that were inspired by it, which I'm not gonna say it was inspiration, they really just ripped it and copied it one-to-one with a different anime and a slightly different map. But it is what it is. If you like it, to each their own. But Ultimate Battlegrounds is the only other Battlegrounds I've played that had the same fluidity of combat that the strongest Battlegrounds has itself. And it does have some unique features such as the R15 thing where you can wear layered clothing which makes you look like this, and you can't really do this in any other Battlegrounds game, so that is a cool feature. But combat wise and everything else you do, it really is just the strongest Battlegrounds. But instead of being one anime, it's multi-anime. You know, you have characters from Jujutsu Kaisen, Hunter x Hunter, and they're working on one from Mob Psycho. Wow. Now me personally, I still did play the game a little bit, but it's nothing that's crazy unique, if you get what I'm saying. Now I did skip over a game because it was sadly an RNG game, but we did get a game on April 6th called Anime RNG, and that's all I need to say about it. And then April 13th, we got a One Piece game named Legacy Piece, and I'm gonna be honest, this game did get like 20k plus players, but it was mad buggy on release, and the combat was so terrible. Now Rio, if you're seeing this, you're my boy, I'm not trying to hate like that, but me and a group of other people was telling Rio that the combat felt stiff and it needed some work, and that was like months before release, and it was still the same on release. So I mean, I can't really say anything about that. The combat wasn't that good, but it definitely was on the higher side, I guess you could say, of games that we got in quarter 2. But of course things couldn't go perfectly. The Discord server got nuked. They also had a bad update which led to Rio actually selling the game to somebody else, and the game is shut down, and it's been shut down ever since that day. But moving on right along to April 19th, we sadly got yet another Battlegrounds game named 7 Sins Battlegrounds, and yes, it was the first 7 Deadly Sins Battlegrounds game, and the game didn't look bad, but it was obviously just your run-of-the-mill Battlegrounds game, nothing new to the table. And with the Battlegrounds games we got in the month of April, you had to bring a little bit of heat, but they brought nothing. They might as well have brought ice to the stove. And the owner was talking about how Relseas is gonna flop, and Relseas is a bad game, and it looked like karma kind of took a hit out of him. And then moving on to April 20th, we got a game named Demon Piece, which also changed its name to Fruit Seas, which I don't know why. And tell me why. I was in the call with one of the developers for this game, and he was so set on the fact that this game would kill Blox Fruits. My brother, I think the game peaked 10k, maybe 20k. I know on release it only had 3k. They had advertisements all across Roblox. They must have sold their soul to boost up them player counts, but they definitely did get a little bag, and now it's sitting at 2k. This didn't even scrape Blox Fruits. I'm not sure if Blox Fruits even heard of this game. The game literally was just Blox Fruits if it was made in 2024. Nothing more, nothing less. Now next up on April 26th, we got Anime Switch. Now this game had a decent amount of players. I'm sure it was like 13k plus. Me personally, I never really played this game, but I heard that this game was literally like Bleach Brave Souls, if you've ever heard about that. I think they call them a dungeon crawler game, but the game randomly shut down. I don't know what the reason was for, but it's been closed. We're sitting here, I'm recording this June 30th, and the game still ain't even open. What happened to y'all anime Switch? Now stay with me. On this same day, we got a game named Solo Showdown, which was a Battlegrounds game, and I don't get why people still make Battlegrounds games if they're not going to introduce us to anything new. Do not give us some run-of-the-mill game and expect it can follow the trend and blow up, because I'm sure this game had like 3,000 players on release, but nah, sitting at 60 some. Now moving on to April 27th, we got a game named Super Shonen United, and this was Ivy Main's game, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, the game only peaked like 200, 300 players, and it wasn't a game that even interests me, so I'm gonna be real, I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's bad, but all I know is it didn't do good enough for Ivy Main to keep it up, cause he shut that junk down. And to finally close out the month of April, on this same day, the 27th, we got another game named Unlimited Battlegrounds. Now listen, this game was another Battlegrounds game, but I'm sure people didn't even play it for the Battlegrounds aspect. The unique thing about this game was the dungeons, but the bad thing about the dungeons was you had to pay. So people didn't want to play the main game because it was just your run-of-the-mill Battlegrounds, and you got to pay to play the dungeons, so it's basically pay to play the game, and nobody wants to pay to play a free game. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why it has the amount of players it has now, but I'm not going to take the fact away that the dungeon thing was actually unique, because that is the first time I've personally seen a dungeon in a Battlegrounds game, but if you do have to play, nobody's gonna want to play. But moving on to the month of May, hoping that games this month will be better than the games we got last month. To start this month off, on May 3rd, we got Rogue Ninja. Now yes, this was a Battlegrounds game, but if you did enjoy Rogue Demon, imagine that but being Naruto instead of Demon Slayer. The graphics were cool, you know, some of the mechanics were cool, but at the end of the day, me personally, it just gets repetitive too quick, because it's a Battlegrounds game, all you do is fight. And the game did peak at like 3K players, but right now it's sitting at a couple hundred, so it's not looking too solid. And then moving on to May 9th, we might have gotten the worst game to ever drop in 2024. We got One Piece East Blue Brawls, which if you didn't know what this is the official One Piece game by Netflix. And judging by the gameplay, judging by the like ratio, judging by the people who are playing right now, you can tell that this game was not good. It was not good in the slightest. The only positive about this game is it didn't take down any One Piece games like the My Hero game actually did. People were scared saying that this One Piece game is going to take down Blox Fruit. It's going to take down GPO. It's cooking Rel C's. It didn't even take down anything. So that's the only positive that came out of this game, but everything else was a negative. This game is booty. And then moving on to the next day in May, on May 11th, we actually might have gotten the most brain rot you could put into one game. We got a game named Anime RNG Battlegrounds. Need I say any more? The RNG part of it was mid, even though RNGs already suck. They did battle on that part with the ores and stuff like that, and then the Battlegrounds combat was also mid, so they didn't deliver in any area, and that's why the game has the players it has today. I have no remorse for this game. It got what was deserved. And next up in May, after going back and looking, hence why the gameplay changed, because I already had edited the other dates, but now we got to go back and do May 12th, so here's that. But on May 12th, we got a game named Sorcery, and this game has some crazy past behind it. I don't even know if it was exactly May 12th. I know the game was out before, but it was just a battle royale video, because I saw in this video right here by Misery, but it was taken down, I guess, and a lot changed. It came back, it was stolen, you know what I'm saying? They shut it down, they removed stuff again, got new devs, and then the game just keeps shutting down over and over, and then the owner crashed out saying he doesn't care about his community, he was scamming people, he was doing this, he was doing that, and the game has opened back up. And the wave ones, if you know the history behind it, y'all don't have to rebuy, but to be honest, I'm not gonna be supporting this game again. Y'all can do what y'all want to do, but after that display, no, we do not need to give this man any more money in his pocket. He said since he was 15 years old and he needed money, it was okay to scam. What? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna make this a drama video, so let's move on to the next day. Now next up, on May 17th, Red Weave came back out of the shadows and he decided to throw us a little spin with Shinobi Battlegrounds yet again. Now this game released a year ago during the summer, I'm pretty sure. That's when I played it, and I was not a fan of it back then. Didn't know what I was doing, watched the tutorial, learned what I was doing, and still disliked the game. He re-released it. I don't know how many players it peaked at. I don't know when he made the announcement saying he released it. It just popped up one day and it has like 60 players. So there's that. You can clearly see something's wrong with this game. Me personally, I can't tell you what's wrong with it because I didn't play it, nor am I trying to get out. But if it's the same game it was a year ago, I definitely see an issue or two. Now, on this same day, we also got Attack on Titan Revolution. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. This game did do good. It had 30K plus players on release. But this game was another miss for me. Now, if you're an AOTR fan, listen with me. Stay with me. The game just got too repetitive for me. All you did was defeat Titans over and over. Level up. You repeat. You do it again. Now, they recently did add raids, but I wasn't really a fan of the game and I haven't been trying it out. So I'm not going to try out the raids, but I'm sure it does get pretty repetitive even in the raids too, because it is Attack on Titan. Literally all you do is can kill Titans. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a CC game like Birdcage. But other than that, you're stuck with just slicing Titans' heads off, my brother. And that does not seem exciting at all. Now, the graphics, the map, the UI, all that stuff, it looks clean, it looks modern, it looks new. But the gameplay itself is such a miss that the other stuff I couldn't care less about. Now, moving on to May 19th, we got another game of the genre that we dread so much. We got Unknown RNG. And if you know anything about Unknown RNG, you know that it was touched by the Jameer curse. Jameer was on Anime Clash, Jameer was on Blades of Chance, and now Unknown RNG, which honestly, they take 3 worst games of the year. I'm not sure if there's much games that get worse than that. There definitely is, but they were pretty bad games. But anyway, no hate to Jameer, no hate to any of the devs on the team or whatever. But I don't know why you try to make an RNG game. And the thing about Unknown RNG is they tried to make it unique. Souls didn't blow up because it was unique. Souls blew up because it was basic and easy to play. You add all these extra steps, they're not going to want to play your game. Hence why it had 3K players on release, about maybe 5K if it even touched that. And right now it's sitting at, well, that number right there. Now, also just to clear the air real quick, Jameer's not a developer, so the reason that the game is the game itself isn't really the issue. I'm just saying I feel like every project this man has been on, the game ends up being a hot pile of trash. And then moving on to close the terrible month of May, on May 26th, while I was having the time of my life down in Florida, I see that Anime Defenders has released. And I'm like, okay, nothing crazy, it's a TD. It had like 75K players when I saw a release. But when I got home and I checked the player count again, tell me why I saw 200,000. The TD isn't even that good. The anime characters in the tower defense itself don't even match the characters from the anime itself. The gameplay, well, it's a TD. Like I say, me personally, I'm not a fan. And I'm not gonna rag you. If you like it, you like it. I just have personal beef with Anime Defenders in the Anime Defenders community because they defend Anime Defenders like they're D1 defenders playing basketball or football or something, bro. It's insane. But most of the Anime Defenders players aren't even different people. It's literally just the same guy playing with like 5 different accounts of Roblox opened up. Because like I said in my other video, if you scroll down this server list, why do all of these avatars look default? Like they cost no Robux, they all look the same. It's because they're alt accounts. So most of the people playing Anime Defenders are just alt accounts. Because there is no way that Anime Defenders is getting more players than Anime Adventures. And Anime Adventures is talked about literally as like the blox fruits of tower defense games. So clearly you can tell that something fishy is going on. And I know that I said I wasn't a fan of TD gameplay, but that doesn't mean y'all gotta come for my neck in the comments. People like different things. I don't enjoy TDs, you could enjoy TDs. But let's go on with our day and let's continue the video. Now, moving on to the month of June, we barely got any games this month, which was kind of crazy, but every game we got this month was definitely a game. So starting off on June 1st to start off this month, Anime Clash tried to come back. And there's no photo better than this one right here that can explain Anime Clash, bro. Just let it go. Don't let that junk come back. I don't know why y'all try to bring it back after the first release, the second release, and now a third release. Just let it go. I'm gonna be honest, pack your bags, leave, move on to the next project, because this one, it's just not gonna flourish. I don't know why y'all still trying with it. Clearly you can see the community does not want it after the initial release. The second release wasn't too bad. It did have at least 1,000 players, but now it has a whopping 0. This is crazy work. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Do not try to update this game again. Do not try to re-release. Just pack your bags like I said and go to the next project. And then moving on to June 15th, we got the first copy of my favorite Battlegrounds game. And if you can't tell what Battlegrounds I'm talking about that Jujutsu Shenanigans. We got a game named Jujutsu Beatdown. Now listen, Y'all could have at least changed the anime. Make it Naruto, make it One Piece, shoot, make it JoJo's, make it something that isn't Jujutsu Kaisen if you want to hide it in the slightest, because y'all can clearly see that they copied the formula of Jujutsu Shenanigans with the city, with the destruction physics, and in no way am I saying Jujutsu Shenanigans invented destruction physics or invented cities. But without Jujutsu Shenanigans, we would not be looking at this game Jujutsu Beatdown right here. And I also forgot to mention that if you've played Jujutsu Shenanigans, you know the combat isn't the best. It's clunky, it's not smooth like the strongest Battlegrounds combat, but it's like that on purpose. Jujutsu Beatdown took that to a whole level. It feels like you're slipping on banana peels when you're fighting people. In this game, it's a little too clunky, a little too goofy, if you get what I'm saying. Also, I'll give this game a positive. The map does look kind of clean in this game. You know, it's spacious, it looks bigger, and it's nice, but still, they copied Jujutsu Shenanigans. Now, moving on to June 21st, we kind of got another TD. I don't really know how to explain it, but we got a game named Anime Impact, and this game peaked at 5K from what I saw, and in the game, it's like Pokemon mixed with the tower defense. That's the best way to explain it. The lobby, everything else, you summon units, just like Anime Adventures, but the actual gameplay is just Pokemon. So if you do like Pokemon, you might like it. Me personally, if I'm gonna play an anime Pokemon game, I'm gonna be on that pocket anime when it releases. And in my opinion, I feel like this game isn't well made. It just felt like the UI was cluttered and all that stuff. It didn't feel too amazing to actually play and not that good to look at, but that's just my opinion at the end of the day. And to close out the month of June and quarter two as a whole, on June 28th, we got a game named Anime Collide, and based off of the gameplay, this is all that needs to be said. This game looks like your average simulator. It has only 200 players, which is kind of fitting. No hate to any developer though, but this game is definitely a game of all time. Well, as a result, y'all can clearly see that quarter two might have just been as bad as quarter one. I retract every statement I said about 2024 being a golden year. I was a fool. We can only hope for quarter three and quarter four to get better, but a little sneak for quarter three. We getting pocket anime testing and possibly release. We're getting Grand Clover testing. So low-key, we might be eating in quarter three already. The first game of quarter three, it was buns, but let's hope the rest are better. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next Roblox 2024 so far 3. But before I end the video, I just gotta say y'all have a blessed day. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? Have a great rest of your Saturday. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what you think about quarter two. You know what I'm saying? Turn on so you never miss a banger again. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm only gonna post bangers for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna stop my yapping. I'll catch y'all in the next one.